And you guys can't see anything. So we need to set something else up. Shit. Hey, Lana, how are you? Just give me a second. I messed this up. What's up, Joker? How you doing, buddy? I got to get everybody. Can somebody go over to the other page and tell them that I messed up the stream and to send them over here, please? So I never done a premiere before like that. So I tried to set it up, but it didn't stream live. I couldn't get it to connect. So I apologize for that tremendously. But so we're here now. I'll get rid of that other one. But I appreciate you all moving over to here. Thanks, Fox. Sharon, how you doing, kiddo? We got Lana, we got Joker, we got Sharon, we got Fox. Nice to have the Manassas Manassas Mustang Club out there. Very good. Let me just make sure everybody's over there. All right, so I think we got everybody here now. So, all right, ANS Speed is here. So I guess we're just waiting on Susan since this whole thing is for her. And I appreciate everybody coming back in. Same crew as yesterday, which is always cool. Awesome. Any plans for a cruise on the Cobra? I'm going to take it out as soon as we are finished with this stream. I'm definitely going to take it out today. It's too nice of a day not to take it out. So definitely going to do that. No, it's not chilly at all. I've been outside. I spent the whole morning wiping the car down just for this live stream. So it's not that bad out. I'll throw a sweatshirt on top of this. I'll be good to go. So there's Susan. Susan's in there now. Susan's in the house. Very cool. 47 and sunny here, East of Kansas City. A pleasant day. Yeah, no, it's. My phone says it is currently 52. 52 and sunny. So, hey Susan, how you doing, babe? So, when everybody gets done saying hi to each other, we'll go outside. Mind you, I'm on the laptop, so I do not have a camera, a portable camera. Pro Street Hustler, nice. 89 and sunny. Pro Street, where are you at? 89, you got to be Florida or California. South Florida, nice. So when I take the laptop outside to show you guys the car, which you can see is right there in the picture, I'm hoping the stream doesn't get a little locked up or because I'm taking the laptop outside. I also want to plug the laptop in. Give me a second. I had all this set up at a different location in the garage, of course, but then I couldn't get the stream to work. So somebody's going to have to teach me how to do a premiere. I set it up as a premiere. This is coming at 2 o'clock today, and then the stream didn't connect. I thought it would have connected automatically, and I just would have had to press go live, but it didn't do that. So that's why I just reopened a new stream. When I just hit the go live button, it just goes live. But with the YouTube Premiere, I couldn't get it to work. So I'll get rid of that stream. I'll connect it with this one. I'll change the thumbnail over. So if you guys want to watch it again, we'll watch it again. But Plush King, welcome back, my brother. I hope everybody's doing well. Sorry, I'm still trying to move things around, try to get situated. I had it set up where I had it set up last night, but with the sun behind me from the garage door being open, you can't see anything. I'm just a black face. So we got 12 people in here, 3 likes. Very good. Don't forget to hit that like button for me, guys. I appreciate it. Well, we're going to go see the car. Give me another 30 seconds. Make sure everybody's in here. So it's a 331 stroker motor. It's a Mustang 5-liter motor that's been stroked out to a 331. So let's talk about the car real quick too. So if anybody was in here last night, you guys heard me talk about the car. So it is a Factory 5 kit. It is a Mark III. Correct. It's a 302 stroked out to a 331. JJ, if a Coyote motor, a newer Coyote motor, is a phenomenal engine. I would highly recommend that. I tell everybody, if I ever get bored of this engine, I'm definitely going to drop a Coyote in there with a supercharger on it and get some crazy horsepower out of it. But I got to weigh the options of spending the money on doing all that work to my current car or just buying another Cobra that already has that stuff already in it. But it's a Mark III. I got my little cheat sheet. I have everything. My owner's book. It was built in 2010. I'm the 4th owner. I did not build the car. So I like to tell everybody that up front. I did not build the car. I'm the 4th owner. Yeah, you definitely don't need it. The car is so light. My car with me in it has the car with me in it is about 2134 pounds. You take me out of it, the car's under 2K. With the 331 making approximately, I've never had the car dynoed, but approximately 400 horsepower. Yeah, probably a little bit less. Thank you. Yeah, that's Ocean City, Maryland. It's the one that they take, when you're driving in to Ocean City and they just capture everybody's car going in. But the car was originally built in Louisville, Kentucky. No, excuse me. I got this all backwards. I'm all flustered. I'm trying to read comments at the same time. So the car was built by an executive at Federal Express in Memphis, Tennessee. And then he in turn sold it. He in turn sold the car to a colleague. What's up, Bernie? How you doing, buddy? He in turn sold the car to a colleague, and that colleague eventually traded it in at the local Ford dealership for a Roush Mustang. The Ford dealership sat on the car, used it for parades and local shows and things like that. And then eventually they put it in a consignment shop in Louisville, Kentucky. And that's where I picked up the car. I purchased it sight unseen. There was a guy I had contacted that runs a business where for $150, he has mechanical guys spread out all around the country in this little network that he's created. And for $150, he'll send a guy to go look at the car, test drive it. And he gave me a 10-page report and like over 100 photographs of the car. And the whole thing really ended with, if you don't buy this car, I am. It's immaculate. There's more dust on the car from it sitting around than there is dirt. So I wrote him a check and I wrote him a check for a down payment, and then I had it shipped up. And the first time I physically laid eyes on the car is when it showed up at the house. I misspelled Cobra in my live stream. All right, I'll fix that later, buddy. I just opened up real fast because I know everybody was at the other stream and I wanted to get everybody over here. So Bernie's in the house. Bernie. I got my truck in Winston-Salem. Yeah, I know. Pinobie, Pinobri, is that how you say that? Welcome to the show, to the stream, the live stream. All right, so it's got a Tremec 5-speed in it. So when I picked up the car, so the car is actually, because I didn't build the car, I didn't paint the car, obviously, so I had to have the car scanned so I can get touch-up paint. And it comes back. So here's my touch-up paint can. It comes back Ford Ruby Fire Red. I've heard of Ford Ruby Red and Ford Fire Red, but I've never heard of the color combination like that. It's got a lot of metallic in it. Yeah, I didn't want to do the blue with the white stripes because everybody's got the blue and the white stripes. So it's the Ruby Fire Red with the silver stripes. But I know everybody's anxious to see the car. So let's take the laptop out there. Ruby, Ruby's her name. That's what we call her. We call her Ruby. All right, so let's take the laptop outside and show everybody the car, and then we'll come back here and we'll talk more. If it starts to buffer, let me know, because like I said, I'm taking the laptop outside the house. I don't know how it's going to look. And I can't see you guys. All right, so we're going to do this. I hope this works. I can't see anything with the glare. Let me get on the other side. So let me just read some comments here. Looks like a jet fighter. Thank you. Wow, what a great car. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice, Lana. So beautiful. Thank you, Sharon. It's working. Thank you, Susan. Doing a good job. Looks great. So we'll go back out there. Like I said, I can't see. I would find a camera or something to be so much easier. But This is only my second live stream. And I know Sharon wants to hear this. Not Sharon, Susan. So we're going to put this. Let me see how this works here. Put this. I need a box. Because I don't want to put the laptop right on the ground. Put that back there. All right. All right. So we'll do that again in a few minutes if you get any people that weren't here for the first go around. All right, so let's answer questions in the order I got them. So they're not really bumpers; they're quick jacks. So in the '60s, when they were racing them at Le Mans before the hydraulic jacks, if you can imagine it's a bar and another bar with a U between them. And you would put the top bar underneath the quick jack and rotate them to the ground, and then would pick up the front of the car to change the tires before the hydraulic jacks. So they're not considered bumpers. The car technically has no bumpers. And I can get away with that here, one, because it's a replica. And in Virginia, when you're building a replica, it has to be 90% of the car you're replicating in order to be considered a replica. And then you have to title it and register it as the car that you're replicating. So it's titled and registered as a 1965 Shelby Cobra 1, which then, because it's titled and registered as that, I get to, it qualifies for antique license plates. So, which means the car never has to be inspected. The car doesn't have to pass emissions. So because it doesn't have to pass inspection, it doesn't need bumpers. So that's how we get away with that. Muffler bearing is too tight. Ha ha ha, jokes. I like the high back seats. I like the high back seats, Pro Street. I don't like the low seats. I like the high backs, and that's what I was looking specifically for, the high backs, when I was looking for the car. My only requirements were that it not be blue in the high backs. And then my wife stepped in and was like, well, I want my own roll bar. So she wanted 2 roll bars. I wanted power steering and power brakes. I didn't want to go through any of that stuff. And then my wife wanted automatic, and I looked at her and I was like, well, that's not going to happen. It does look like a candy apple, Lana. Depending on how the sun hits it, it's very red in the sun. It's very maroon in the shade. It kind of flip-flops on you, depending on which way the light hits the car. Bernie, because I didn't build the car, I don't know what cam is in it. I know it does have a cam. It's part of the 331 stroker kit, but I do not know which cam is in it. I don't even know what stroker kit's in it. And I'm not ready to pull the car apart to figure all that sort of stuff out. She does go in under the grandfathering rules. Hey, Kit Car Nut, how are you, buddy? So for those of you who are just joining, I'll take the laptop back out to the car in a few minutes so you guys can see it again. But I'm happy to answer any questions you guys currently have about the car. It's a Mark III, factory 5. I'm the 4th owner. And the seats, Pro Street. So when I bought the car, like I said, the Ford dealership had it in the showroom for a long period of time. And the seats were cloth, and they got all faded and turned purple. You know how black turns purple. So I actually took the seats out of the car, had them reupholstered, and put them back in. Does a new factory 5 have a different rear end? No. Not that I know of. I know the 25th anniversary edition, the headlights, the tail lights might be rectangle, but I'm pretty sure they do not. It does? Oh, okay. So you guys are talking about the hips. Yeah, the hips are a little bigger on the Mark IV. And by hips, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, these on the Mark IV, I think they're a little higher, a little perkier, a little fatter. But I believe the taillights are the same, right? They're still round. Because I believe Factory 5 is still replicating a 65, which always had the round, which I believe, I'm no expert on any of this stuff. Yeah, the taillights are still round, right. So every year they kind of tweak the kit a little bit. Yes, Sharon. She got big hips and a sexy ass. That's what the Cobras have. If you can't see the comparison between the Cobra and a woman's body, then you're not looking hard enough. It's a very curvy, a very shapely car, and it's very often compared to a woman's body. I like both designs as well. The 25th anniversary edition Cobra that they just came out with and are revealing at SEMA looks amazing. They've let some photographs out. The car they're bringing to SEMA, silver with the white stripes. It's beautiful. Very kind of got like a James Bond kind of a feel. So because my car sat at the Ford dealership for a long time, the seats got reupholstered. The throwout bearing on the clutch was bad, so I replaced the whole clutch while I was in there. I had alternator issues. I want to see pics of it. I trust you got a good deal on your car. Pics of the car? JJ? Oh, pics of the SEMA car. Let me see what I can find for you real quick. So the SEMA car from the rear looks like that. And it's got the rectangle headlights. So I don't know the rectangle tail lights. So I'm not sure if this is a 64 or a 66 that they're trying to replicate here. But the tail lights are different. Maybe Kit Car Nut can help us out. So Factory 5 is a good manufacturer. It's still a 65. Okay, so we have a lot of those Factory 5s running around here. Cobra's my dream car. I was commenting that your car, maybe you got a good deal. Well, it was at the dealership for a while because they weren't trying to sell it. It wasn't really for sale. They just kind of had it there as a showpiece to kind of lure people into the dealership. Molded from Dick Smith's. I gotcha. See, so you know a lot more about this Kit Car Nut than I do, about the Factory 5, the anniversary car. So the things that I like about Factory 5 is that you can really build a car to what you want it to be. And you know that going in. The rectangular headlight, the rectangular tail lights are just for the 25th special. Gotcha. So if you're going to build a track car, if you in your mind want a track car, then you could build your Factory 5 to be a track car. If you want a drag racing car, you could build your Factory 5 to be a drag racing car. You want a street car, you build it that way. So the options are always open instead of you purchasing a car that's just set up the way the manufacturer wants it, and then you have to change everything to get it to the way that you want it. But like I said, I'm the fourth owner. I was just looking for a car that did not have a 427 side oiler in it. I wanted something smaller, a little more drivable. And I'm glad I didn't go that route. Just the heat on the interior cockpit of this car, even with the smaller motor, is still, that car gets so hot on the inside. It runs about 180 all day long. But the inside, the heat engine, the radiant heat engine is just tremendous from that car. I couldn't even imagine having a big block engine, having a side oiler in there. So how did I mount the 5-point harness to the roll bars? Okay, so I did not use the 5-point. I used a 4. It came with all 5, but the crotch piece that comes up, I did not use that. I just used the shoulders and the hips. I want to get the Webers for mine. I would love to get the Weber velocity stacks and everything, get that whole set up. But you got to change the whole manifold and everything. But let me answer Nicholas's question real quick. I'm going to open the trunk. All right, let me take some stuff out of the trunk real quick, and I will. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see any of this. So anyway, the shoulder harnesses are not mounted to the roll bars. They're mounted to the frame. They have the tabs that come up through the body base. I wish I could show you, but it's just gonna black out, I think. I don't know if you guys can see any of this. And it's tight back here. Give me 1 second. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this. I think, hopefully. Let me slide you in the corner a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys can. So underneath the strap, right there, there's a tab that comes up through the frame, and then that's where the motor mount, that's where the shoulder harnesses mount. There's a tab that comes up through the body on both of these. I'm not sure if you can see any of this stuff. hopefully that answers somebody's question. Nicholas's question. You can see it, okay. Correct. The harnesses can be mounted whether you have dual roll bars or just one, because they do not mount to the roll bar. Like I said, the frame goes across the back of the car underneath the body, and the tabs they're welded and they come up, and you just bolt them right to that. It's real simple because I took the old ones out, and when they had the seats reupholstered, I replaced them with new shoulder harnesses. Hello, Natural. How are you? All right. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening from my area. I have a single driver side bar. I couldn't find anything online to help me figure out what to mount the passenger side to. So, Nicholas, there's got to be, like I said, there's got to be tabs that come up through your trunk. You can buy a bar that bolts to the roll bar. No problem, Nicholas. I'm glad I could help. So is there anybody new in here that hasn't seen the car yet that wants to? Pro Street, I don't think you want to get rid of that Vega now, do you? Do you really want to get rid of that Vega? I don't think you want to get rid of that Vega. Your wife wants to see it? Okay. Before we do that Pro Street, did you see the Vega that my friend Pete's got that I showed you yesterday? Were you in here when I showed photographs of the Vega? Didn't see it. So my friend Pete, who we go to Ocean City with for Hot Rod Week, has a clone of a Motion Super Vega, which is that. And then we It's got a 383 in it. It's an amazing car. It's a beautiful car. All right, but now, hey, Paranormal, how are you, buddy? So now Kit Car Nuts Wifes wants to see the car. So for anybody new in the chat, we're going to go around the car one more time. Again, I'm doing this with my laptop, so I will try to point it as much as I possibly can, but and then we'll start it back up for everybody as well. Okay? Hold on. Hopefully everybody can see this. It's getting dark in here. So I don't know if you can see the carbon fiber dash. I had the stereo put in last year. It had a stereo in it, but it just didn't run well. Never really worked. 5-liter, 331 stroker motor. And then we'll start it up again. turn this back up. Okay. Let's catch up. Nice Vegas. Sorry, Frank. Went offline here. Still online here. Beautiful car. I love the color, Frank. Thank you. I love the color too. The Cobra logo under the hood. Yeah. Sounds mean, lumpy cam. What a treat. Yeah, so I did a whole video on how I mounted the mirrors. It didn't have mirrors on the sides, and I figured out a way to mount them to the windshield frame. I did a whole video on that. Hopefully you've checked it out. I think we've talked before, Carnut. Carnut. Okay. Yeah. I think it's a smart way. It looks like it's always been there, and like it comes that way, and it just, to me, it looks a whole lot cleaner. I mean, unless you get a car or while you're building one, you mount the headlights, because the headlights are supposed to be mounted. So for those of you who don't know, not the headlights, I keep saying headlights, but the side mirrors that I have here should be mounted here, and they sit back and they run. In my opinion, they're pretty useless because the pillar gets in the way, so you're looking through the windshield at the mirror. And if you get a car like I did that's you didn't build and it's already built, I didn't want to drill into the paint. So I figured out a way to connect them through these. I don't know if you could see the individual bolts here and here. Well, there's a bolt here. And I just put an longer nut in the spacer bars and mounted them in there. And then, even though they're convex, they're convex lenses, they're still total crap. And I went to the local auto supply store and bought the plastic ones that have the ball mount in the back that you just kind of stick on your car, on your existing mirror. And with a Dremel, I shaved a ball off the back and I stuck them on. And you can see how convex they really are. I mean, they're incredible. In the driver's seat, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but in the driver's seat, you can see right down the side of the car. It's really cool. It's really great. And I use them all the time. I use them all the time. So, Kit Car Nut, did you do them on your car as well? You need the mirrors, Sharon, because when you're strapped in with the shoulder harness, you can't. All you have is your neck. You can't lift your shoulder up to look behind you on either direction because you're just strapped in. Mine are on the fenders. Okay, so you got them on the fenders. So you definitely need the mirrors, especially probably the passenger one, because you really can't see that back corner of the car at all. You can kind of use your peripheral vision if you turn your neck and see on your driver's side, but on the passenger side, you're really at a loss. So you definitely need a mirror on that side. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything? Mirrors are important, especially on, you know, on that car. Like I said, you really don't have any other option. When I back up, when you back up, I literally have to undo my seatbelt and throw the harnesses off in order for me to really kind of look when I'm backing up, or else you're driving backwards by the grace of God. Got to run. Been fun, Frank. Have to go grocery shopping. Take care. All right, Carnett. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Love to have you back in here. We're going to do live streams, I think, once a week. Peace out, Carnut. So you have a Datsun before they became Nissan. That's a classic car. That's a very classic car. I bet. I bet it gets a lot of attention. There's a whole generation that has no idea what that is. There's a whole generation that doesn't know what my car is. Every time I go to a show, somebody asks me, "What is that?" And when I tell them it's a Cobra, they go, "Oh, it's a Mustang?" The name Shelby and the name Cobra is so used in conjunction with the Ford Mustangs that no one knows that Shelby built a car on his own before Ford. So is what it is. All you can do is educate. It is pretty exciting when you come across somebody who actually knows what they're looking at, and you can have an intelligent conversation with. Yes, Susan, with Lee Iacocca. Mine is a kit car. Yes, I do remember the K car. Yes, I think I remember the K car. The K car. So for those of you who are new coming in, if you have any questions, just go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you're new and you haven't seen the Cobra yet, besides this photograph right here, let me know and I'll take the laptop back outside. But it's definitely a beautiful day here in Northern Virginia. I think when we're done here, I'm definitely going to take the car out for a spin. I have to go. Topped up the batteries on the drone. We'll do some. Yes, let me know how that drone footage comes out. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I gotta pick up a drone. That's next on my hit list. Cool. I'll definitely make sure I'm on tonight to check it out. I'm still hoping I get raided later by Killer Whale. Bye, Doc. You have a good night, man. So instead of having this background, let's go out. In the sun. And let's see. We can do this in front of the car. And we're not high enough. I'm building a second Vega wagon. Have you seen my channel? I've seen the Pro Street Hustler channel. And I think I've subscribed already. If not, I definitely will when we're done here. But what's the second channel? Oh, no. Second car. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sure anybody can see my face, but it's not about the face, is it? It's about the car. All about the car. Chicks dig the car. Just somebody let me know if we lose the stream out here because, like I said, I'm definitely outside at the end of my driveway, and I don't know how far the Wi-Fi connects. But everybody can still hear and see me okay? Thanks, Lana. I appreciate it. Thanks, Sharon. Yes, Pro Street. I definitely will subscribe as soon as I'm done here, if I haven't already. I think I already did, but I will double check. I definitely love connecting with people who connect with me. So we definitely grow together. We do love our cars. We do love our cars very much. It's funny how our love for cars is dictated by gas. There was a time where we all had big cars, and during the gas crisis, everybody went to smaller cars, and now everybody doesn't care about gas anymore, and everybody's going to super fast cars, like the Challenger and the Charger and all these Dodges that are coming out. They're all 700, 800 horsepower. The new Camaro, the Mustangs, the new Vet. It's amazing how everything gets dictated by the price of gas, but Americans do love our cars. So do you guys like this shot better, or should I go back inside? You can't see. I can't see my face at all, but Cap is throwing some shade. So does anybody have any other questions at all? Learned how to drive on an Oldsmobile Cutlass when I got here in America. Well, the old Cutlass, you know, is a great car, depending on which, you know. I had a couple of friends that had Cutlasses, had 442s. They were amazing cars. Pro Street Hustler says, I love cars. I only have 8, 3 are tubbed. For those of you who don't know what tubbed is, um, in a car that has a back seat, they remove the back seat and they extend the wheel well inside the car. So you can get really fat tires under the wheel well, and they don't stick out. So you go from a rear axle that's so big to so big, and then the tires are super long, but everything is tucked in underneath the car, and they call that tubbing. So let's go around the car maybe one more time. So these wheels are the Factory 5 818 wheels. They're not standard Hillebrands that come with the Cobras. So I really love these wheels, and I think it offsets the car, gives a low profile tire. It's really tight to the fender, where the standard Cobras, the tires are really fat. You can see how clear that paint is. You can see me. I mean, it's just amazing, this paint. You can see the American flag. I don't know if you can see the flag and the house. Pontiac Bonneville. If Ruby can talk, she'd be. We'd have to put a little muzzle on her, I think. She could tell some stories just from when I've had her already. Get me in a lot of trouble with the law. Oh my God, black numbers. So much junk mail. So much junk. Anyway, so nobody's got anything else. Any questions or anything? I might cut this short and go for a cruise and enjoy my day. But I'm happy to keep going if anybody's got any questions. I know we covered a lot last night. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody. Okay, so I think like everybody's in a consensus of me going and enjoy my day. So, but maybe we'll stream again in the middle of the week. I appreciate everybody coming in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I have a new video. Coming out on Monday, a new Motor Mayhem video with all the best car crashes and really brutal stuff I can find online. It's pretty awesome stuff. I don't do the fender benders, so I scoured the internet looking for the best car crashes I could possibly find, and I'm going to launch that video on Monday. And then, but then we'll also, during the week, we'll also live stream again. So thanks again for popping in. I appreciate. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Make sure you hit that like button, and we'll catch you next time on Bangin' Gears. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your weekend, and don't forget to turn your clocks back on Sunday. All right, guys, have a good one, buddies. Susan, thanks for popping in. This one was entirely for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Lana, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. All right, guys, have a great day. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.